As an Amazon associate, we earn from qualifying purchases. This podcast is supported by its listeners. If you choose to purchase something using links on our website, we may earn a commission. No books were warped, dog-eared, underlined with purple pen, eaten, cursed, cancelled, burned, or otherwise harmed in the making of this podcast. I'm Tom Tolkien, and this is the School Reading List, a podcast that recommends books you'll want your children to read and books you'll wish you'd read as a child. To kick off episode 20 of the School Reading List podcast, let's rip open some book post. And first up from Piku Publishing, Old Oak and the Wild Flowers by Elena Mannion and Erin Brown. When the hot summer changes the landscape, Old Oak and Mr. Shield worry for the future. Deep down in Old Oak's trunk, the insects have an important decision to make. Will the barley field return to normal by next summer? This enchanting and lyrical hardback story shows 5 to 11-year-olds how important nature and wildlife are to the countryside ecosystem. A work of art, Old Oak and the Wild Flowers is a beautiful and memorable picture book to inspire conservation and discussion about protecting rural England. And from Walker Books, Beti and the Little Round House by Atinuke. This exquisitely presented hardback collection of diverse short stories celebrates friendship, the wonders of the seasons, and the power of nature. Through Beti's escapades with her family and friends, including her goat Naughty, young readers will be enchanted by the masterful storytelling and delightful illustrations. Beti and the Little Round House is the perfect gift book for children who are interested in the countryside. The Teenage Guide to Digital Wellbeing by Tanya Goodin, and this one's from Collins. Tackling the balance between online and offline life, this guide offers teens practical advice to navigate digital challenges while keeping safe and developing sensible social media habits. With interactive activities, logbook pages, quizzes, and step-by-step guides, it will empower secondary-age students to set realistic goals, manage their screen time, and concentrate on positive relationships, promoting resilience and self-confidence. It's highly recommended for teenagers who want to reflect on their digital experiences and develop a long-term positive mindset. And from HarperCollins Children's, Where's Mog by Judith Kerr. Search for Mog in this brand new Lift the Flap book based on Judith Kerr's timeless Mog stories. Featuring surprises on every page, 0 to 2-year-olds will be immersed in the playful adventure. With charming artwork and soft felt flaps, this board book cleverly encourages fine motor skills and tactile exploration, and reading it with your child will encourage early literacy skills. It's ideal for interactive bedtime reading. Supersaurus Total Tricera-Flop by Angela Woolfe and Mark Chambers, and this one's from Little Tiger. Follows Supersaurus as he tries to save the day against all odds in this hilarious rhyming picture book that combines dinosaurs and superheroes. This action-packed story is perfect for fans of the Supertato series and the Dinosaur That Pooped series. With vibrant illustrations and humour throughout, Supersaurus Total Tricera-Flop will be a hit in EYFS and Key Stage 1. Holy Moley by Bethan Clarke. This laugh-out-loud children's book takes Gus the Goat and Mavis Mole on a madcap rhyming adventure to guess where Mavis lives, Is it a hole? Is it a bowl? Is it perhaps a sausage roll? With tantalising expectations and fun inferential guessing on every page, this is the perfect book to read with younger children or read together with an EYFS class. Not only will it get children laughing, but they'll also be thinking creatively about language. We think Holy Moley will be a surefire hit with 3 to 6 year olds. And from Little Tiger, this first chapter book, Bad United Just for Kicks by Louise Forshaw. Football mad Hoof the Unicorn desperately wants to feel part of a team, but he's fed up with being excluded by his peers. But then he discovers Bad United and joins Rex the Rawsome Dinosaur Defender, a goalkeeper with 8 legs, and a mermaid coach. With themes of inclusivity, sportsmanship, resilience and acceptance, this graphic novel will appeal to less confident readers. Teachers, if your class likes football, it behooves you to read this aloud. Ooh. And from Piccadilly Press, Max Magic 3 by Stephen Mulhern and Tom Easton. Max Mullers is going on holiday and hopes to avoid the dreaded Prison Break crayfish twins who are bent on revenge and looking for him. Find out if Max and his friends can lie low and escape the crayfish clutches in this summery seaside-tinged adventure. Perfect for readers aged 7 to 10, the third instalment of this accessible and pacey series will appeal to magic and problem-solving fans. And, with a dyslexia-friendly font and engaging layout, it's ideal for less confident readers at the top end of Key Stage 2. Ooh. The Beast of Farrowfell by Ravena Guron, and this one's from Faber Children's. In this thrilling sequel, Jude Rippon's fresh start is interrupted by a daring and dangerous mission to rescue Farrowfell. There's a sinister beast, and raw magic has returned. Can Jude, her sister Moley, and the Weston family solve the mystery in time? With family secrets and themes of injustice, loyalty, and friendship, this action-packed magical adventure is ideal for children who loved Amari and the Knight Brothers, and the first in the series, The Thief of Farrowfell. It's highly recommended for Key Stage 2. Knowing the Score by Ros Roberts. This heartfelt middle-grade novel explores family dynamics, secrets and forgiveness in a compelling story. Suitable for Upper Key Stage 2 and Lower Key Stage 3, readers will empathise with Gemma's struggles to uncover the truth behind her family's rift, while staying with her seemingly perfect Uncle Joe. Friendship, financial struggles and comfort zones are themes that book club members will enjoy getting their teeth into. Highly recommended for its engaging storytelling and relatable themes, Knowing the Score is ideal summer reading for Year 6s and 7s. And this one from Scholastic, Your Time Is Up by Sarah Naughton. Distinctive, compelling and unique, this gripping real-time thriller follows Zaina as she wrestles with concentration, emotion, truth and A-level maths. 14-plus-year-olds will feel compelled to learn more about Zaina's complex web of secrets and lies which unravel with nail-biting and page-turning suspense. Exploring themes of deception, pressure and loyalty, Your Time Is Up is also perfect for book club discussions. We think this engaging, fast-paced thriller will be a surefire Key Stage 4 exam season hit. Ooh. And from Rock the Boat Books, Warrior Girl Unearthed by Angeline Boulley. Perry Firekeeper Birch fights for justice and faces historical prejudice, rivalries and secrets in this blazing thriller from the world of Firekeeper's Daughter. Finding a Native American ancestor's remains in the university archive isn't how she envisaged her summer internship, and she is determined to take Warrior Girl back to her homeland. Suitable for 14-plus-year-olds, this gripping narrative explores resilience, identity, and activism. It's also ideal to spark discussion in book clubs or debating societies about the ethical considerations relating to stolen artefacts, the rights of Indigenous people, and taking the law into your own hands. It's highly recommended for Key Stage 4. Thank you to all the publishers and publicists for sending us books to review here on this podcast and on our website schoolreadinglist.co.uk. Here's our rundown of great new children's books hitting the shelves this June. The Last Dragon by Polly Ho Yen. Bobby Bains Plays a Blinder by Bali Ray. The Big Day by Rachel Plummer. The River Spirit by Lucy Strange. The Mercury in Me by Rachel Fernandez. Kofi and the Secret Radio Station by Jeffrey Bokier. Apocalypse Cow by O.R. Sorrell. The Big Ask by Simon, James, Green. Everybody Travels by Kristin Riskifte. Time Runs Like a River by Emma Carlyle. Boy, the Troll and the Chalk by Anne Booth. Nora and the Map of Mayhem by Joseph Elliott. AJ and the Treasure of Thar by Varsha Shah. A Work in Progress by Jarrett Lerner. A Ship in the Dark by Yarrow Townsend. Welcome to AI by Mathieu Dugal. Flower Block by Alicia Butterfield. Cosima Unfortunate Foils a Fraud by Laura Noakes. Double Life of Ted Amos by Simon James Green. We Have Everything We Need to Start Again by Kalika Patama. 4 Eids and a Funeral by Farida Abike Iamide. Transcendence by Patrick Gallagher. My Hour and the Sea of Words by Chibundu Anuzo. Sleep Like Death by Calin Bayron. Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tony Adiema. A Case of High Stakes by Sophie Cleverly. Human Body by Isabel Thomas. The Nine-Night Mystery by Shana Jackson. The Tall Man by Mary Kathleen Brown. Make Art or Die Trying by Stuart Semple. And our picture book of the month is You Got This by Rachel Davis and Leah Martin. Our non-fiction book of the month is Galapagos Islands by Karen Romano Young, illustrated by Amy Grimes, and our fiction book of the month is Dungeon Runners, Hero Trial by Kieran Larwood and Joe Todd Stanton. Booksy Book, let's get reading. If you're a teacher, librarian, or avid bookworm who loves children's or YA books, and you'd like to review brand new titles for the school reading list, get in touch by email. We'd love to hear from you. The address is reviews@schoolreadinglist.co.uk. And let's have a deep dive into the latest list on our website, Crime Fiction for Teens. And our Crime Fiction for Teens list has contemporary and classic detective fiction, murder thrillers, and complete criminal characters. The list contains over 30 titles to spark the reader into joining the dots, unravelling plot twists and determining the villain. There's a range of murder mysteries, true crime, podcast sleuthing, internet and tech violations, dystopian legal stories, TikTok-fueled dramas, online hate, gang culture and whodunits, suitable for Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 school libraries, reading at home and teaching to Key Stage 3 and 4 classes. The list features books by Tia Fisher, Robert Muchamore, Ashley Hickson Lovins, Maureen Johnson, Ben Oliver, Karen M. McManus, Cynthia Murphy, Holly Jackson, and many more. And here are just a few highlights. All the Hidden Monsters by Amy Jordan. Seemingly ordinary girl Sage, who's also a werewolf, finds herself drawn into a murder investigation when her supernatural friend Lucy is killed. Can Sage use her unique abilities to unravel the mystery and impress the handsome investigator warlock Oren Renalis? Blending human and magical worlds, the engaging characters, strong chemistry, and seamless world building make this mystery an immersive hit. We think Key Stage 4 fans of supernatural thrillers will eagerly anticipate the next instalment. Crossing the Line by Tia Fisher. Written in verse, this gritty and visceral narrative follows teenage Eric, who juggles a difficult home life, schoolwork, and the consequences of being groomed by and owing money to a dangerous county lines gang. Crossing the Line is a memorable story of manipulation that will be useful to read and discuss alongside anti-exploitation resources in PSHE and book clubs. Highly recommended. Robin Hood, Ballots, Blasts and Betrayal by Robert Muchamore. In this latest instalment by Robert Muchamore, teen rebel Robin Hood faces off against corrupt forces bent on rigging an election in a battle to secure political justice. This is a great book to facilitate discussion. Less confident teen readers will love the accessible plot, fast action, and gripping dialogue. Wild East by Ashley Hickson Lovins. 14-year-old Ronnie struggles as one of the few black teens in a nearly all-white Norwich secondary school. Facing new challenges after a tragedy prompts a move from East London to East Anglia, Ronnie grapples with identity and ambition, finding solace and inspiration in poetry and rap. A highly accessible young adult verse novel, it explores themes of city gangs, knife crime, the dangers of drugs, self-expression and resilience, offering a relatable narrative with contemporary flair. Highly recommended for Key Stage 4. 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson. Stevie and her gang of amateur sleuth friends travel to London to solve a perplexing cold case from 1995. When 9 Cambridge graduate friends party late into the night, only 7 of them remain alive the next day. And years later, the murderer might still be active. With a simple and addictively engaging premise, when everyone lies, somebody dies, Maureen Johnson weaves a tightly plotted and unput-downable story. It's a compelling read for Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 students. The Loop by Ben Oliver. Luca Kane is falsely accused of a crime and faces a grim fate in the Loop, a brutal and high-tech juvenile prison. In this page-turning dark dystopia, he battles to survive and uses the prison's sinister secrets to spark a daring rebellion against a society dominated by surveillance and control. It's ideal for sparking debate in book clubs. One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. In the deliciously twisted world of Bayview High, 4 students with dark secrets find themselves suspects in a murder when a fellow classmate dies during detention. As the plot unfolds, alliances shift, secrets unravel, and lies abound. It's an electrifying thriller that will keep teen readers guessing until the final page. Signed, Sealed, Dead by Cynthia Murphy. True crime enthusiast Paige travels transatlantic to her father's unsettling hometown, only to unearth the chilling past of unsolved murders and disappearances. As she discovers the house's secrets, Paige stumbles upon a hidden diary, perhaps the key to solving a decades-old mystery. This genuinely page-turning thriller will appeal to teens who enjoy mystery and crime. This Book Kills by Ravena Guron. Jess Chowdhury has always tried to be on her best behaviour. As one of only 2 scholarship students at the prestigious Haybuckle boarding school, she knows that her position is precarious. With a fast-paced plot and a satisfying ending, This Book Kills will appeal to fans of Gossip Girl and Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Needle by Patrice Lawrence. Charlene needs her knitting. It takes her mind off being in care. But when a heated argument leads to her stabbing her foster brother with a knitting needle, her whole life unravels in the criminal justice system. Should she apologise, even if she doesn't mean it, to help secure her freedom? This emotional story takes a deep dive into the foster care system and how children struggle. Highlighting themes of racial bias and justice, Needle is ideal for Key Stage 4 book club discussions. You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. Skipping school for one last time, 3 high school friends, Ivy, Mateo and Cal, spot another student from Carlton High School and follow him. The next thing they know, he's dead. They're all hiding something, but what? This absorbing, fast-paced web of secrets and danger features a signature Karen M. McManus ending. It's a gripping young adult crime thriller. Here's a selection of exciting new book tasters sent to us by new and self-published children's authors this month.
Hi, my name is Gina Kulemans, and I would like to introduce you to my newly released children's book called Luna and Helio the Eclipse. It is aimed at 3 to 7-year-olds and is the fictional tale of Luna the moon and Helio the sun and how they create an eclipse by accident. It is a story of friendship and helping each other to do the right thing even when it isn't easy. One day Luna has to stop Helio making a very big mistake with the help of Earth and the other planets in our solar system. The story is educational but doesn't overload young minds with 1,000 facts. It is the first in a series of Luna and Helio books, and I really hope you enjoy the story. It is available to buy on Amazon, Waterstones, W.H. Smith Foyles and Austin Macaulay Publishers. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Katie Chisenga Phillips. I'm a mum to a 1-year-old, a junior doctor, and an author of a children's picture book that I cannot wait to tell you about. This book is called I Can Be an Astronaut, and it's about a little girl who dreams of being an astronaut and succeeds despite the fact that not many people look like her. This book is beautifully illustrated, and it's so important as it promotes diversity, inclusion, and representation. This is particularly important for me because as a junior doctor who is a black female, There weren't many people around who looked like me when I was studying medicine at the University of Cambridge, so I really wanted my daughter and other children who looked like me to have a book like this, to know that not even the sky is the limit. I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you think about getting a copy for yourself or your loved ones. You can find it on Amazon.
Have you heard how dangerous it was for an old woman to swallow a fly? If you think she could die from that, wait until you read There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy. In a twist to the much-loved rhyme of a lady who has had enough to eat, Tommy from Ottawa and his daughter Tabitha bring you a new adventure. Tommy's the 7th of a dozen children, and then, just for fun, collected his own dozen children. When it comes to storytelling, he has had to tell them all, just to survive. If you choose to accept this mission, you'll find the children's picture book, There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy, on Amazon.com, being released on November 24th, Black Friday. There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy. It might be the beginning of a new series where old women of legends become sleuths in private eyes. You'll have to read it and decide. But then again, perhaps she'll die.
Hi, my name's Alex Brooks, and I am the author of Insects, Bugs and Rock and Roll and Why Oh Why Am I a Crocodile, both illustrated by the very talented Hannah Wesley. I'm going to be talking to you today about Why Oh Why Am I a Crocodile, which was our first book and shortlisted for the Spark Book Awards. Why Oh Why Am I a Crocodile is a beautiful rhyming story with vibrant illustrations, and it's about a crocodile who struggles with low self-esteem. As she walks along admiring beautiful creatures, she has just one question. Why, oh why, am I a crocodile? It's only when she meets a blind monkey who introduces her to some newfound friends, she soon realises things aren't always as they first appear. Why Oh Why Am I a Crocodile is available via main online booksellers and my website www.alexbrooksauthor.com. Thank you.
If you'd like to get in touch and leave a recorded shout-out about your upcoming self-published children's book, have a look at our podcast webpage for more details. Drop everything and read. Or DEAR. What is it, and why should schools use it? In the bustling halls of schools worldwide, a quiet revolution is taking place, one that champions the power of reading and celebrates the joy of literature. At the heart of this movement lies Drop Everything and Read, a simple yet profound initiative that's reshaping how students engage with books and fostering a lifelong love of reading. So what is DEAR? DEAR, aptly named, invites students and teachers alike to pause their daily routines, set aside their tasks, and immerse themselves in a world of books. During designated Drop Everything and Read sessions, participants are encouraged to select a book of their choice and indulge in uninterrupted reading for a set period. Whether it's a gripping novel, an inspiring biography, or a thought-provoking article, Drop Everything and Read time offers individuals the freedom to explore their interests and discover the magic of storytelling. The roots of Drop Everything and Read trace back to its portrayal in Beverly Cleary's beloved Ramona Quimby series, where the titular character participates in regular Drop Everything and Read sessions at school. Inspired by Cleary's depiction, educators around the globe have embraced Drop Everything and Read as a means to promote reading for pleasure and cultivate literary skills among students. So why should schools embrace this? The benefits of Drop Everything and Read extend far beyond the pages of a book encompassing both academic and personal growth. Here are just some of the compelling reasons why schools should embrace drop everything and read initiatives. Promoting reading for pleasure. Drop everything and read encourages students to view reading not as a chore, but as a source of enjoyment and enrichment. By providing dedicated time for independent reading, schools foster a culture where literature is celebrated and cherished. It enhances literary skills. Regular engagement in independent reading has been linked to improvements in literacy skills such as vocabulary development, comprehension, and critical thinking. Drop everything and read sessions offer students valuable opportunities to sharpen these skills while exploring diverse genres and topics. It cultivates a reading culture. Drop everything and read initiatives play a pivotal role in nurturing a reading culture within schools, where books are valued and celebrated. By integrating drop everything and read into the fabric of school life, educators send a powerful message about the importance of lifelong learning and intellectual curiosity. It fosters student agency. Drop everything and read empowers students to take ownership of their reading experiences by allowing them to choose their own books and set their own pace. This autonomy not only boosts motivation, but also instills a sense of responsibility and independence in learners. It builds community. Drop everything and read sessions create opportunities for shared reading experiences, fostering connections between students, teachers, and even parents. By engaging in discussions about their reading choices, participants forge meaningful connections and deepen their appreciation for literature. Here are some practical considerations for implementing a drop everything and read strategy. While the concept is simple, its successful implementation requires careful planning and consideration. Here are some practical considerations for schools looking to integrate drop everything and read into their routines. Establish a regular schedule. Designate specific times for drop everything and read sessions that align with the school day and the curriculum requirements. Consistency is key to ensuring that drop everything and read becomes a valued and integrated part of the school culture. Provide access to diverse reading materials. Maintain well-stocked libraries or reading resources that cater to the varied interests and reading levels of students. Encourage students to explore different genres, formats, and authors during your sessions. Monitor and evaluate. Regularly assess the effectiveness of drop everything and read initiatives through student feedback, academic performance indicators, and observations. Use this feedback to make informed adjustments and enhancements to the program over time. Promote teacher engagement. Encourage teachers to actively participate in drop everything and read sessions by modelling reading behaviour, engaging in book discussions, and recommending titles to students. Teacher buy-in is essential for creating a supportive and enthusiastic reading environment. Drop everything and read is more than just a scheduled reading session. It's a powerful catalyst for igniting a passion for reading and empowering students to become lifelong learners. By embracing drop everything and read initiatives, schools can cultivate a vibrant reading culture, enhance literacy skills, and foster a community where the love of books knows no bounds. As we look to the future of education, let's not forget the transformative potential of a good book and the profound impact it can have on the lives of young minds. But what do you do when drop everything and read doesn't work? Where does it fail? How can we identify potential pitfalls? Rules, consequences, and barriers cause reading negativity. And negativity is infectious, it breeds, and it can destroy your well-meaning initiative in no time. For example, if your school makes it a rule to carry a book at all times, what happens if a child forgets a book? This leads to negativity associated with reading. Also, it incentivizes shortcuts and workarounds that don't encourage reading. For example, children will only select books that fit in bags, pencil cases, or blazer pockets. Children will pretend to read. Children will reread the same book for a year. Children will borrow a book, any book, from the child next to them. Children will steal a book from the classroom, etc. If these issues are allowed to develop, then reading time just becomes dead time. When you plan Drop Everything and Read, plan how to avoid negativity and actively consider how it might all go wrong in your school. Solve these problems first. That's the only way to ensure Drop Everything and Read will work well. Then, launch your program with relentless positivity. There are 3 essentials to make Drop Everything and Read work. Every child has to have a book at all times. Drop Everything and Read requires a suitable location to read at all times. And reading must be a positive experience. To overcome these challenges and ensure the success of Drop Everything and Read initiatives, educators must employ proactive strategies and thoughtful interventions. Here are some key approaches to consider. Cultivate enthusiasm. Foster a culture of reading by stocking classroom libraries with diverse and engaging books, tailored to students' interests and reading levels. Encourage teachers to express enthusiasm for reading and leverage their subject expertise to recommend relevant text. Minimize disruption. Create a conducive reading environment by minimizing distractions, establishing low-noise zones, and ensuring uninterrupted reading time. Implement systems to separate administrative tasks such as registration from reading periods and mitigate external disruptions. Promote engagement. Encourage active participation and engagement during your Drop Everything and Read sessions by providing a variety of reading materials, including magazines and audiobooks. Foster shared reading experiences and peer discussions to enhance comprehension and enjoyment. Empower student choice. Empower your students to take ownership of their reading experiences by allowing them to select books that align with their interests and preferences. Avoid imposing questions or assessments during reading time and allow students to immerse themselves fully in the reading process. Facilitate access. Ensure equitable access to reading materials and suitable reading locations for all students. Implement strategies to address logistical challenges, such as providing buffer times in the timetable to prevent scheduling conflicts. It's no good if student after student comes in and out of the room due to external lessons or sporting commitments. Coordinate your class arrivals to facilitate a cohesive reading experience. Don't let set X come in only to be interrupted by set Y 5 minutes later. In essence, the success of Drop Everything and Read initiatives hinges on the careful balance of structure and flexibility, enthusiasm and empowerment. By addressing potential pitfalls and implementing proactive measures, educators can harness the transformative power of Drop Everything and Read to instill a lifelong love of reading and pave the way for academic success. As we navigate the complexities of the educational landscape, let's remember the profound impact that a well-crafted story can have on the hearts and minds of young learners. If you'd like to get in touch, use the hashtag SRLpodcast on Twitter or drop us a line using the contact form or messaging button on our website schoolreadinglist.co.uk. And all the books lived happily ever after. The end.